I've never been the type to demand attention. But birthdays? They always meant something to me. Or at least they should have. Yet, year after year, my parents ignored mine. And in response, I made a decision that would change everything. I stopped showing up for them. My name is Ethan Miller, and this is the story of how years of being overlooked by the people I loved finally broke me, and how my response shocked my entire family. But before I get into it, make sure you hit that subscribe button and leave a comment letting me know where you're tuning in from. It really helps keep stories like mine alive. I'll never forget my 8th birthday. I woke up excited, imagining balloons and cake. I rushed downstairs, ready for a hug from my parents. But instead, I found them scrambling to get my sister, Emily, to her soccer game. Dad barely acknowledged me. Mom said, "We'll do something later, sweetie." Later never came. I spent the rest of the day alone on the couch, feeling invisible. That was when I first realized I didn't matter. As the years passed, the pattern only got worse. Emily's performances, her school events, her achievements, they always took priority. My birthday? Forgotten, or at best, brushed off with a half-hearted happy birthday at dinner. By the time I hit high school, I stopped even bothering to bring it up. It wasn't worth the disappointment, but it still hurt. Every year, I'd watch my friends with their families, surrounded by love, getting celebrated. And I couldn't help but wonder why I didn't deserve that. When I turned 21, I made a promise to myself. If they didn't remember this birthday, I would never expect anything from them again. 21 is supposed to be a milestone, right? I didn't get a single call. That night, I scrolled through social media and saw pictures of Emily with my parents at some fancy restaurant. I wasn't invited. I sat there alone, staring at the screen, feeling like I wasn't even part of this family. That was when the walls started going up. I stopped answering their calls. I visited less often. I began to think, one day, they'll know what this feels like. Fast forward a few years, Emily got married. A huge wedding, funded by my parents, of course. A once-in-a-lifetime celebration, they called it. When I graduated college, not a single card. "We're proud of you, but things are crazy with Emily's wedding." My accomplishments were nothing more than background noise to them. The real turning point came on my 32nd birthday. I didn't expect much. But still, I checked my phone. Nothing. Not a single text from my parents. Then, I saw it. On Facebook, photos of my parents and Emily, smiling on some beach vacation. My birthday was just another day for them. 2 months later, they planned a huge celebration for their 40th wedding anniversary. A ballroom, a live band, hundreds of guests. My mom called me, asking if I'd be there. "We need family pictures," she said. I didn't even hesitate. "No," I replied, flatly. She laughed, thinking I was joking. But I wasn't. The day came, and I didn't show up. I didn't send flowers, didn't make a call. I didn't even acknowledge it. Instead, I took the night for myself. I booked a solo dinner at a fancy restaurant. For once, I celebrated me. The fallout was quick. My mom left angry voicemails. "How could you embarrass us like this?" My dad texted, "Family comes first, Ethan." Emily called me selfish, accusing me of ruining their big day. But not one of them said, "We're sorry we missed your birthdays. We're sorry for making you feel invisible." That silence told me everything I needed to know. I realized I didn't need their approval anymore. I started pouring my energy into my work, my friendships, and creating a chosen family of people who actually cared about me. And in time, I realized something crucial. I had inherited something far more valuable than money, gifts, or parties. I inherited resilience. I inherited independence. I inherited the strength to stand tall, even when the ones who should have supported me never did. Months later, Emily tried to guilt-trip me again. "Mom and Dad might not have much time left. Don't you want to avoid regrets?" I looked her in the eye and told her calmly, "I lived with regrets every year they forgot my birthday. I'm done." And for once, I didn't feel guilty. I felt free. People often think revenge has to be loud, full of arguments, accusations, and dramatic confrontations. But sometimes, the most powerful form of revenge is absence. The quiet refusal to be a part of a system that never valued you. When I skipped their anniversary, I wasn't just missing a party. I was taking back my dignity. And you know what? People noticed. Some extended family members called me out, saying they couldn't believe I didn't show up. But others pulled me aside and said, "Ethan, I get it. Your parents always favored Emily. I'm glad you stood up for yourself." That was the moment I realized I wasn't crazy. I wasn't overreacting. I was the only one brave enough to break the cycle. Now, every year on my birthday, I make sure to celebrate. Not because I need anyone's approval, but because I deserve it. I take the day off, spoil myself, and spend time with people who genuinely care. That's the family I always needed. So yes, my parents ignored my birthdays for years, and in return, I ignored their anniversary forever. Not out of spite, but out of self-respect. Because sometimes walking away isn't petty. It's survival. And if you've ever felt overlooked, remember this. You don't need to beg people to value you. Build a life where you're celebrated, not tolerated. That's the best inheritance you can give yourself.